From Mayan ruins to colorful bird life and whitewater adrenaline rushes, Andrea Moreno discovers there's plenty in Mexico's southernmost state to reward adventurous travelers. One, discover Mayan magic. Palenque at sunset. Dreams time in the same neck of the woods as Guatemala and the Yucatan. It's no surprise that Chiapas, in southeast Mexico, ranks as one of the top destinations for travelers wanting to explore the ancient Mayan world. The massive, sparsely populated region has temples as big as hills, many still unexplored and yet to be excavated. Palenque, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is one of the most important Mayan sites in the world, a huge complex of pyramids and temples immersed in the jungle. An adventure to explore. It's famous for former ruler Pacal's tomb, which sits next to the vivid Red Queen's tomb. Admiring the dedicated carvings on the tops of the temples while listening to the rumbling river passing by is worth the steep hike. It's also worth waking up early in the morning, although the noisy howler monkeys might have made sure of that already, in order to witness the main temples and massive ceiba trees appearing out of nowhere when the morning fog clears. The Bonampak ruins, known for the excellently preserved colorful frescoes, and Tanina are just two other key archaeological sites worth a visit for anyone curious about this ancient civilization. If they don't quench your thirst for adventure, head for Yachilan, an archaeological zone on the banks of the river Usumacinta. Previously a rival city to Palenque, it's submerged in thick jungle and was hidden from the world until the 19th century. Getting there involves going up the Usumacinta River that divides Guatemala and Mexico by motorized canoe, spotting open-jawed crocodiles along the way. To get your binoculars ready for world-class bird watching. Scarlet macaw. Dreams time. Chiapas' diverse ecosystems are full of life. It's worth keeping your eyes open to spot anything from monkeys to jaguars, as well as turtles in the Turtle Sanctuary in Puerto Arista at the Pacific coast. But it's the colorful bird life that is really putting Chiapas on the map. In the mornings, hike around the Lacandan area, where it's possible to spot toucans, white-crowned parrots, green parakeets and, if more time's invested, white hawks or bat falcons enjoying their breakfast. Striking quetzals are also found in Chiapas highlands. Las Guacamayas is an area rapidly gaining fame, as they've been reintroducing scarlet macaws. It's now the best place in Mexico to see this magnificent vibrant bird. Nature lovers should also head to Montes Azules Biosphere Reserve, an area of around 300,000 acres, filled with lakes, rivers and lagoons, with towering ceiba and cedar trees reaching 60 meters in height. Explore with a local guide who'll point out birds and other creatures, as well as some of the 4,300 species of flowers found here. 3. Get active in the jungle and on the rivers. Man swimming at Roberto Barrios Waterfall. Dreams time. Chiapas is becoming increasingly popular with travelers seeking active adventures, from surfing off the coast at Boca del Cielo Beach to kayaking and whitewater rafting on rushing rivers immersed in the lush jungle of Lacanja, or hiking the 4,100 meters active Tacana volcano. Visiting the numerous waterfalls around the archaeological zone of Palenque is fun and surprisingly inexpensive. It's worth taking a local collectivo public van from point to point for heartbeat-quickening activities, including zip-lining across the waterfall systems or waterfall jumping, which is carefully instructed by local kids. Another good way to spend a day is to get on a boat to admire the walls of the Sumadero Canyon that reach heights of more than 900 meters. Feel the spray on your face along the way. For those who prefer to stay dry, there's some excellent mountain biking to be had in the surroundings of San Cristobal de las Casas, with intriguing stops possible, including a visit to humongous, recently discovered cave systems, like Las Grutas El Mamut, or El Arcotate, a cave system that can be enjoyed with rock climbing or more zip-lining. 4. Soak up the local culture. Local market at San Juan Chamula. Dreams time. Contemporary Mayan cultures, found across Guatemala, Belize and southern states of Mexico, have inherited the ideas and cosmovision of the civilization that blossomed 1,500 years ago. In Chiapas alone, there are 12 ethnic groups that still speak Mayan, each with small variations. These groups have their own system of rules for government and religious rituals, as well as characteristic textiles that define them, which are carefully woven and shown with pride at markets, churches and plazas. Visiting the varied territories where these groups live allows travelers a glimpse of how Mayan heritage today reflects their ancient heritage along with elements of colonial Spanish culture and beyond. For example, take a guided tour around the town of San Juan Chamula, inhabited by the Tzotziles, and you might be shown how modern items have been incorporated into traditional rituals, including Coca-Cola, which is believed to help expel evil from the body while burping. In San Juan Chamula Church, instead of seats, they have pine leaves and beautiful colored candles spread all over the floor. There is no priest giving mass here, just statues of saints that have mirrors hanging from their necks as a form of protection. The saints receive offerings of pax, a local alcoholic drink made from fermented corn, from local people. Alex and Raul Tours offer tours of San Juan Chamula and other towns, such as Inican, to help travelers learn more about local cultures. It's also always wise to keep an eye or ear open for news of festivals and local events too. In Chiapas, it's easy to stumble upon colorful parades and loud firework displays. 5. Kickback in San Cristobal de las Casas. Church and flags in San Cris dreams time with foggy mornings and cobblestone streets that pass through colorful houses. The colonial town of San Cris, as the locals call it, is one of the big reasons to visit Chiapas. Picture a Catholic church sharing the same plaza with a Mayan cross, both cultures cohabitating in harmony. Then throw into the scene galleries selling colorful modern art by locals and expats who fell in love with the area and now call it home. In these artists' workrooms, you'll often find art that pays tribute to some of the traditional weaving designs and ways of living among the ethnic groups. The exaltation of easy el Ejército Zapatista Liberation Nacional values, an autonomous local army dedicated to defending the rights and land of the indigenous groups, means you'll see restaurants and cafes that exclusively use products grown and created by local cooperatives, giving back to the communities a fair trade. All of this is framed with beautiful sunsets, delicious street food and a laid-back feel. In San Cris, perhaps the best thing to do is to sit down in one of the local cafes to enjoy a good cup of fresh coffee in the morning sunshine, while watching people pass by. It's likely you'll have a little chat with the indigenous women who might try to sell some of their weavings or the popular handmade stuffed animals, or you might get to listen to a local instrument being played on the street. For those who've spent time in Chiapas hiking through the jungle, paddling down whitewater rivers, or searching for colorful birds, San Cris is definitely the place to take it easy. Andrea Moreno is a travel writer and photographer, based in Mexico. Follow her on Instagram, www.instagram.com, Andrea Moreno, Virgin Atlantic, virginatlantic.com. Fly regularly from London to Cancun, with onwards flights to Tuxtla Gutiérrez in Chiapas, bookable with Aeromexico, aeromexico.com. Main image, colorful Quetzal dreams time.